Hey, what's good guys? Today I'm going to show you the best and the right way to make the Primal Rage SMG Fast Gunner build. Besides having super high DPS, this build will make you super tanky at low health. I've seen some players, including some big YouTubers, making the same mistake while creating their SMG build. I'll show you the way it's meant to be played and suggested by the game developers themselves. As usual, I'll try to keep the video short, informative, and easy to understand for beginners. To see the developer suggestion, you're gonna want to summon V, the talking bird, by pressing and holding the tab button and then go to Wikipedia. And you'll see a basic build guide for Primal Rage which was added very recently. You can read it on your own. Now let me cut to the chase. The main problem is the developers suggested 4-piece treacherous tide armors for this build, which can actually make you tanky at low health by providing a shield while giving you super high DPS if you use the right mods that I'm going to show you. But most people are making the mistake by using only 2-piece treacherous armors for the extra 12% weapon damage and combining it with 3-piece lone wolf armors, thinking this will give them more DPS. For the new players, Lone Wolf set gives you these perks suitable for a crit damage build. But there are two problems with this setup. Number one, you're gonna have low survivability without the shield, so when you're at low health, you're gonna get one shot very easily. Number two, this setup is not giving you significantly higher DPS compared to a 4-piece treacherous armor tanky setup, which means you're not even a glass cannon, you're just glass. Alright, let's jump into the build detail. Our main weapon can trigger multiple stacks of a continuous damage buff called Fast Gunner. Here's the description, but to put it very simply and quickly, while you're shooting with this gun and hitting targets, your damage and rate of fire will keep increasing by stacks to a certain point, which again can be increased further by using different gears and mods. I'll talk more about this later when I show you the best in slot mods for this build. Another special feature of this weapon, which you can read here, but I'll just quickly demonstrate it. So I'm gonna keep shooting, and when I reach one round in the chamber, the weapon will start consuming my HP and refilling its mag. But instead of shooting nowhere, when we continuously hit our target and stack up the Fast Gunner buff, we will keep refilling our health slightly depending on the number of Fast Gunner stacks we have. And we get a stacking weapon damage buff as our HP value keeps changing. However, if you reload, you're gonna lose a lot of DPS, and I never reload with this build because I'm using the new unique key armor Charmed Mag Top. Because of using this armor, when I'm continuously shooting a target with one bullet in the mag, I'm actually shooting 2 bullets almost half the time, and those extra bullets heavily increase the damage. The alternative for this key armor would be Oasis Mask, which will give you a bit more survivability by increasing the number of Fast Gunner stacks, meaning you'll heal up faster by continuously shooting your target. But Charmed Mag Top gives you more DPS. Okay, now besides 4-piece treacherous tide armors, which makes you a tank cannon with the right mods, you can use 1-piece shelter armor for status damage reduction, or you can go for other purple gears for more damage reduction. The developer suggested 1-piece heavy duty armor for more HP. However, a 6-star legendary armor will give you more HP and psi intensity by default, and even with a weapon damage build, you can get more DPS from higher psi intensity as it increases your deviations damage, which adds to your overall DPS. And that is the only reason I'm using this Blackstone mask, as it is the only item I have with 6 stars, and I ran out of conversion points. Now let's talk about the mods. Your builds are as good as your mods. For my head, I'm using Momentum Up with the Lunar suffix, which is obtainable from the Lunar chests. And if you want to play a tanky DPS low health build, your Lunar mods should look exactly like this. Lower the health, higher the crit damage, weapon damage, and damage reduction. Damage against Great One is also great to have. For low life build, Lunar mods are far superior to regular ones, with lower crit and weapon damage capping at 15% and 6%. Second option for your head is Fateful Strike. As you can see, this one also has good looking attributes, and you gotta pair it with the mask mod Explosive Barrage for a more crit focused build. But I wouldn't recommend that because I got noticeably higher DPS from Momentum Up combined with the mask mod Blitzkrieg with the Fast Gunner suffix for more damage output. For the torso, we're going to use Critical Rescue Lunar with these attributes. This mod is great for this build because we're always at low health, enjoying the damage reduction, and the healing we receive also get a boost. So Critical Rescue plus 2 damage reduction Lunar mod attributes along with these Cradle perks, you become super tanky at low health. Another option would be the new mod Ardent Shield Lunar. Now for the gloves, I'm using crit boost with the violent suffix, and this will be the same for the rest of the mods while prioritizing crit damage, weapon damage, and damage against great ones for the attributes. For the pants, obviously we're going to use Deadshot Violent as we'll never reload this gun. And for the shoes, we need to use Rush Hour Violent. For this low life build, Rush Hour is far better than Covered Advance. For our weapon mods, Shootout gives me higher sustained DPS, but utility-wise, Shooting Blitz is better as it increases the Fast Gunner duration, and for both of our mods, we're going to be using the Fast Gunner suffix. For the calibration, we need to use Assault Style with double crit rate and select these accessories to make up for the accuracy penalty. For the secondary weapon, you can go for any of the 3 bullseye weapons. The crossbow for the maximum DPS, but it's annoying to use, Bingo Sniper for a short bullseye proc, and Wildfire for a more frequent and faster bullseye proc on mobs. Use any portable calibration for the crossbow and rapid shot calibration for the bingo and wildfire. I'm using this bullseye mod for these weapons, and I'm using this Fortress Warfare mod for the melee weapon Lone Axe, which can proc the Fortress Warfare buff with a heavy attack, but honestly I hardly use it, and sometimes I even feel too lazy to use the secondary bullseye weapon, so I usually just rock with the Sandstorm shotgun, which procs the Fortress Warfare buff just from switching weapons. No need to aim or shoot anything. This is the fastest and easiest way to get Fortress Warfare. Which brings to our Cradle perks. You can just copy my setup, which is designed for getting DPS and survivability at low health. I'm also going to show you the animal hides I used to craft my gears. Some of the Lunar exclusive skins are really good for a low life build. Helps with mobility and survivability. And for deviation, I mainly use this Canine Skull with Crackshot and Growing Pains 3, which are the 2 best perks you should look for, but sometimes I'm also trying out this new Lunar version for increased damage. For the food, use Mixed Fried Hot Dog if you're gonna use your secondary bullseye weapon frequently. Otherwise, use Crumbly Bread or this new food to increase your DPS. I love this build. You don't have to worry about your health or sanity or reloading, and most importantly, if you always use the shield, you'll never have to repair your armor. Alright, I tried to keep the video as short and informative as I could. I'd appreciate any feedback or advice in the comment, and if you want to make my day, you can support me and the channel by donating through the link given below. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you on the next video.